No one at Crestwood High ever forgot the day the new girl arrived. She was quiet, polite, and always seemed to be watching everything around her, like someone who'd already learned what fear looked like. Her name was Ayla Trent. She wore the same faded gray jacket every day, carried a small digital watch that blinked red, and never spoke about her past. The only thing people noticed was the small bracelet locked around her wrist, a metal band with tiny hinges that looked almost like a handcuff. It didn't take long for the wrong people to notice her. 3 seniors, Ronan, Blake, and Carter, had a habit of targeting whoever didn't fit their picture of normal. They were the kind of boys who lived off fear. The first time they saw Ayla, they grinned. "Looks like a runaway," Blake whispered. Ronan smirked. "Or a criminal. That bracelet's a handcuff, right? Guess she escaped from somewhere." They laughed, and Ayla, hearing them, simply walked away. That silence bothered them more than any insult could. Bullies survive on reactions. When you don't give them one, they get desperate to break you. 2 days later, Ayla's locker was found open. Her books were shredded, and the metal band around her wrist was missing. In its place was a note. "If you want your toy back, meet us on the roof." She read it once, closed her eyes and sighed, not with fear, but with exhaustion, like someone who'd seen this play out too many times before. That evening, as the sun dipped behind the gym, Ayla climbed the stairs to the rooftop. The door creaked open to reveal Ronan and his friends laughing near the edge. Her metal band dangled from Blake's hand. "Looking for this?" he taunted. Ayla stepped forward, calm. "That's mine." Ronan tilted his head. "Then come get it." She walked toward them slowly, the wind tugging at her jacket. The whole schoolyard below shimmered in the fading light. Blake sneered. "You walk around with handcuffs, huh?" "Trying to look tough," Ayla said softly. "They're a reminder." "Of what?" "That freedom is earned." The bullies laughed again, but a flicker of unease passed through Carter. There was something in her voice, controlled, certain, like someone not afraid of heights, danger, or them. Then came the first twist, before they could react. Ayla reached out, snatched the metal band from Blake's hand, and snapped it back onto her wrist with a click. "Game's over," she said. But Ronan wasn't done. "Not yet," he motioned to his friends. "Let's teach her what happens to people who think they're better than us." They backed her toward the edge, pretending to threaten, laughing loudly so it sounded like a joke. Down below, a few students gathering for evening practice noticed the movement. Phones came out. The moment was being recorded. Ayla stood with her heels against the barrier, her eyes never leaving Ronan's. "You don't know what you're doing," she said quietly. "Oh, I think we do," he grinned. "Then you've already lost." And with that, Ayla did something no one expected. She stepped off the ledge, gasps echoed from below. But instead of falling, a harness line snapped tight around her wristband. The handcuff had deployed a small training rescue line she'd built herself in engineering class. She swung down in a smooth arc, landing safely on the balcony 1 level below, staring up at their stunned faces. She lifted the wristband and called out, "Heroes don't need parachutes!" The students below erupted. Phones recorded every second. The bullies' smirks vanished. The next morning, the video was everywhere. Girl outsmarts bullies on school roof. Within hours, the principal called an emergency assembly. Ronan, Blake, and Carter were brought to the stage, pale and silent. The principal's voice was ice. "What you did was reckless endangerment," she said. "You could have caused a tragedy. But the girl you mocked is the reason this didn't become one." Then she invited Ayla on stage. Ayla stepped forward, calm as always. "I'm not here to humiliate them," she said. "I just want people to understand that cruelty doesn't make you powerful. It makes you empty." Her words silenced the auditorium. After that day, something shifted at Crestwood. Ronan stopped showing up for practice. Blake returned Ayla's books, neatly stacked with an apology note inside. Carter joined the school robotics club where Ayla spent her afternoons. One evening, Carter finally asked her, "That handcuff thing, why do you wear it?" Ayla smiled faintly. "It's from my dad. He was a rescue officer. He died saving people during a flood. He told me, 'One day when life tries to push you off the edge, remember, heroes don't need parachutes. They build their own way down.'" For a long moment, no one spoke. Then Carter whispered, We didn't deserve your forgiveness. Ayla looked out toward the setting sun. Everyone deserves a chance to change, but it's on them to take it. Months passed. Rumors about the rooftop incident faded, replaced by a quiet respect that followed Ayla wherever she went. During a charity event, Ronan surprised everyone by showing up with a donation box labeled Anti-Bullying Awareness Fund. He avoided eye contact with Ayla, but when she passed by, he nodded once, an unspoken apology. She nodded back. That was enough. Final twist, graduation day. As Ayla stepped onto the stage to collect her award for engineering innovation, the crowd cheered. Her wristband gleamed under the lights, polished now, engraved with words only she could read. When she turned the band slightly, the camera zoomed in, for Dad, and for every kid who learned to rise instead of fall. The audience erupted. Even the former bullies stood and clapped. Later outside the hall, Carter found her near the old rooftop staircase. "You really changed this place," he said. Ayla smiled. No, it was always capable of change. Someone just had to take the first jump. She walked away, her metal band glinting like a promise. The setting sun painting the sky gold. Moral, closing narration, for your video. In a world where cruelty spreads faster than truth, courage isn't about fighting back. It's about standing tall when others try to push you down. The bullies of Crestwood thought power meant fear. Ayla showed them that real power means freedom. Heroes don't need parachutes, because they never fall alone.